For millennia, the enigmatic pyramids of Egypt have captivated the world's finest minds, leaving them baffled by questions that seem deceptively simple yet defy resolution. Why were these monumental structures crafted from colossal stones? What ingenious methods were employed to hoist these giants to staggering height? How did ancient builders carve out intricate tunnels and passages with such precision beneath these massive edifices? Despite a wealth of inscriptions, drawings, and ancient texts, we find ourselves at a standstill. There's not a single document that explicitly reveals the secrets of pyramid construction. Imagine standing before the awe-inspiring Giza pyramids, marveling at how a civilization just beginning to find its footing could erect such monumental architecture. It's astonishing that even now, the precise techniques remain shrouded in mystery. And this isn't just a one-time feat. The ancient Egyptians repeated this extraordinary endeavor multiple times. In fact, more than 100 pyramids have been discovered across Egypt, forming a staggering array of structures that have drawn travelers and scholars since antiquity. Each pyramid presents a puzzle, an intricate enigma steeped in the heart of Egyptian civilization, yet they continue to elude our understanding. The official narrative posits that the dawn of cohesive civilization began with King Nama's unification around 3300 BC. The ancient Egyptians revered the sun, our vital source of life, rising in the east, and associated the west with the realm of the dead. Initially, they constructed tombs resembling clay terraces, evolving to stone structures, which eventually culminated in the grand pyramidal shapes we recognize today. The construction of these grand pyramids spanned less than a century, followed by a peculiar decline in pyramid building in subsequent dynasties. Theories of budgetary constraints and resource shortages abound, yet they seem inadequate to explain the missing link in this architectural saga. The simplicity of the step pyramid of Giza stands in stark contrast to the unparalleled complexity of the Giza and Dashur pyramids, which required an immense accumulation of knowledge across various disciplines: astronomy, engineering, geology, stone cutting, and industry, potentially developed over thousands of years. The Great Pyramid of Giza in particular is a marvel of engineering. Its perfection captivates historians and archaeologists alike. The pyramid's four sides are meticulously equal, each measuring 230 meters, and its orientation is astonishingly precise, aligned with true north within a mere fraction of a degree. Consider this. The Great Pyramid's deviation is only 3/60ths of a degree, an astonishing feat that outshines the accuracy of the Greenwich meridian, established in 1884. How did the ancients achieve this? The prevailing theory suggests they relied on the North Star, but the methodology remains a mystery. With an estimated 2.5 million stones, each averaging 2.6 tons, and some weighing as much as 15 tons, the sheer scale of the Great Pyramid is mind-boggling. The King's Chamber, constructed entirely of granite from Aswan, features 5 massive stones, each weighing around 70 tons, culminating in a chamber that weighs an astounding 1,500 tons, perched 40 meters high inside the pyramid. To this day, no one knows how these immense weights were lifted. Before the Great Pyramid could rise, its foundation was meticulously prepared, leveling the plateau with layered limestone, covering an area equivalent to 13 acres. Proposed by Robert Bauval in the 1990s, the Orion correlation theory suggests that the 3 pyramids at Giza, Khufu, Great Pyramid, Khafre, and Menkaure, are aligned to mimic the stars in Orion's belt, part of the constellation Orion's belt. Astronomical alignment. Pyramid orientation. The Great Pyramid is aligned almost perfectly to Ein true north, deviating by less than 0.05 degrees. This suggests the ancient Egyptians had advanced knowledge of the stars, and possibly used them for navigation and construction. Into star shaft. Inside the Great Pyramid, narrow shafts lead from the King's Chamber and Queen's Chamber to the exterior. These shafts point towards significant stars: Orion's belt, Alnitak, associated with Osiris and the afterlife; Thurius, associated with Isis, representing rebirth; Pumpole stars. Some shafts align with circumpolar stars, symbolizing eternity. Ancient Egyptians may have used rudimentary tools like plumb bobs, sighting rods, and star observations to align the pyramids. For true north, they likely used the Big Dipper and a Little Dipper constellations. The pyramid's sizes and positions correspond to the relative brightness and spacing of the 3 stars in Orion's belt. Khufu, Great Pyramid, largest, representing Volnitak, brightest star. Hofrain, medium-sized, representing Honelam. Menkaurain, smallest, representing Wintakar. Orion was equated with Osiris, the god of the dead, afterlife, and resurrection. According to Egyptian belief, the stars of Orion's belt were thought to be Osiris's celestial form. The pyramids, serving as tombs, might have been aligned to help the deceased pharaoh's soul unite with Osiris and achieve immortality. The Duat, Egyptian underworld, was envisioned as a celestial realm. The Milky Way was seen as a reflection of the Nile River in the heavens, and Orion's belt, as part of this cosmic geography, marked a gateway to the afterlife. Support for the theory. Cultural connection. Egyptian texts, like the Pyramid texts, in reference the pharaoh ascending to the stars, specifically to Orion and Sirius, lending symbolic weight to Bovell's theory. Archaeological patterns. Other ancient structures worldwide, such as Stonehenge and Teotihuacan, also align with celestial bodies, suggesting a universal human fascination with the heavens. Criticisms. 1. Chronological inconsistencies. Bovell's claim of a 10,500 BCE alignment predates the construction of the pyramids by over 8,000 years. Egyptologists argue there's no evidence of such advanced knowledge at that time. 2. Uncoincidence or intention. The pyramid's positions might align with Orion's belt only approximately. Some skeptics argue that the spacing discrepancies weaken the theory. 3. Unfunction over form. Mainstream scholars view the pyramids primarily as tombs and not as astronomical observatories or replicas of constellations. Some theorists propose that the precise alignments and massive construction imply the involvement of a lost advanced civilization predating known Egyptian culture, influence or assistance from extraterrestrial beings, often citing the impossible scale and alignment of the pyramids. Hidden messages or lost knowledge? Others speculate that the pyramids encode hidden mathematical or astronomical knowledge, such as A's. P and the golden ratio measurements of the Great Pyramid suggest familiarity with these principles. Stellar time capsules. The alignment might be a message to future civilizations about the importance of Orion. What's the verdict? The connection between the pyramids and Orion's belt remains a compelling mix of archaeology, astronomy, mythology, and speculation. While mainstream science views the alignment as symbolic rather than functional, it underscores the Egyptians' profound connection to the cosmos. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, has long fascinated historians, archaeologists, and adventurers alike. Within this monumental structure are 3 main chambers: the Queen's Chamber, the Grand Gallery, and the King's Chamber. But among these, the Queen's Chamber hides some of the pyramid's most intriguing mysteries: its enigmatic tunnels. Unlike the King's Chamber, which has air passages connecting it to the outside, the Queen's Chamber features 2 narrow shafts, each only 20 centimeters wide, extending from its northern and southern walls. Strangely, these tunnels stop short, sealed off by stone blocks before they can reach the pyramid's exterior. Their purpose? No one knows for sure. In September 1872, British engineer Wayman Dixon made a startling discovery. While exploring the Queen's Chamber, Dixon noticed irregularities in its walls. Curious, he inserted a wire into the southern wall and discovered an empty space. Drilling further, he uncovered an opening leading to a shop. Searching the northern wall, he found a similar feature. To test their significance, Dixon lit a candle and placed it inside the southern shaft. To his amazement, there was a gentle draft, hinting at airflow and raising questions about the tunnel's function. Were they ancient ventilation systems? Or did they serve a more profound symbolic or practical purpose? Modern exploration uncovers more mysteries. In 1993, technology added a new dimension to the investigation. German engineer Rudolf Gantenbrink designed a robot, Upyacht 2, to explore the southern shaft. The robot crawled 63 meters into the tunnel, eventually encountering a small stone door embedded with metal pins, an extraordinary and baffling find. What lay beyond the door? Theories abounded, but answers were elusive. Along the way, Gantenbrink also spotted a long piece of wood lying in the sloping section of the shaft. Could it have been a tool, a marker, or part of an ancient ritual? The mystery deepened. In 2002, another robotic expedition took the investigation further. This robot drilled through the stone block at the end of the southern shaft, revealing a small chamber supported by a large stone slab. While this find was groundbreaking, it offered no clear answers. Years later, in a more advanced mission, a robot designed by engineer Rob Richardson of the University of Leeds ventured into the shafts carrying a curved camera capable of seeing around corners. It sent back stunning images of red hieroglyphs and markings carved into the stone. Were these construction instructions? Ritual symbols? A cryptic message? Theories about the shafts? The purpose of these shafts remains one of the most debated aspects of the Great Pyramid. Scholars and enthusiasts have proposed various theories, each as fascinating as the next. 1. Ventilation systems. Some believe the shafts were designed to ventilate the chamber, either for the workers who built it, or for the pharaoh's burial rituals. However, the fact that they do not open to the outside casts doubt on this theory. 2. Astronomical alignment. Another popular idea is that the shafts had an astronomical purpose. The southern shaft may have been aligned with Sirius, the star associated with the goddess Isis and rebirth. The northern shaft possibly pointed towards stars in Ursa Minor and Yppia Ursae Minoris, representing eternity. 3. Spiritual passageways. Egyptian archaeologist Rainer Stadelmann offered a more symbolic explanation. The shafts were designed as spiritual passageways. They might have been intended for the king's soul to ascend to the imperishable stars, those that never set, symbolizing immortality in ancient Egyptian cosmology. An ongoing puzzle. Despite decades of exploration and technological advancements, the purpose of the Queen's chamber shafts remains elusive. Are they symbolic conduits to the heavens, connecting the pharaoh to the stars? Are they remnants of an advanced understanding of the cosmos? Or are they something entirely unexpected? Each discovery only seems to add more layers to the mystery.